welcome everyone. 1 second, and I'll be ready to go. Are you ready, kids? Shut up, Lauren. Alright. Let's see. No, don't move that. Hold on. There we go. And welcome to St. Cake's Animation Gaming. We are doing some animation. Gonna continue on with the first-person view of the animation station. Go through my links so I can credit everybody for all the things that I'm using. Here we go. Just forgot that. No. That's all I wanted. So we are doing AnimChallenges, the AnimChallenge group on Facebook. They hold a challenge every month for, I'm trying to pull it up, give me a second. They're pulling a challenge every month for animation stuff. Today we are doing, or this month is the first person view, and we are doing Salt Day. So let me just try loud. Good, great, grand, wonderful. Come on. And AnimChallenge group. AnimChallenge group. Let's find the post because they also gotta put it like 20 things behind. Here we go. This month's theme of June is person perspective. I still think these are really done well by what was it? What's his name? Hyper, right? I think that's his name, Hyper. The free rig is awesome. Those rigs are very well. I think I've played with him a little bit, but I haven't done anything special. Let's look up who Gene Dennis is. Oh, I don't know him. I don't know him by name. Gene Dennis, animator. Does some good work. Nah, I mean that's to be expected. What is he? I am number 4. He's done movies. He's done special effects for movies. The animator. Okay. So he might be doing previs animation, which is still really good. You think you need competition. So we're doing that. We're working with a modified version of the Malcolm character. Malcolm rig. Let's see if I can pull up from Anim School. Anim School's Maya rig. So that's the one I'm using. I'm using a modified version of it so I can suit it to my first-person needs. We're going to continue on. We're doing Salty Bay. we're doing Salt Bay. So that's what we're doing, and we're just gonna continue animating. I linked it, so I figured that as much. But we're just gonna chill out and animate. Any questions? Please do not hesitate. Let me know. Oh, last time we had a crash. You know what? I'll leave it on. This is going to be like a series of animations. The crash counter. Crash counter. It's going to stay on for how many crashes we have during this animation. So that's what we're going to do. I'm happy with that. Let's go over what we have so far. So we're going to do it. It's got to load a. So we're going to have a first person look. And in this first shot, I don't want them to know what's going on immediately off the bat. So we're just going to look at first person holding a knife. Thank you, brother. Thanks, VPN. Don't want them officially knowing what's going on entirely. Holding it out like it's a first person video game. Like, oh, he's got a knife. Maybe he's going to go stab somebody. Nope. Oh, hashing knife. Nope. Steak, we're gonna cut it. Bam, bam, cut along. But in the other hand, overextend like a tunish thing. Grab the salt, pinch it, and then Salt Bay it up. Bam! And then go back to first person view and ready to eat it. So this should take 120 frames. 120 frames at 24 frames per second. 5 seconds? Is that right? That's right. That's correct math, right? Yeah, that is right. So we only have 5 seconds to work with, and we gotta spread out these. Oh, dang it! Those are supposed to be in blocks. Yeah, that's like not going into spline yet. We need a few. We need a few more breakdowns before we can go into spline. So, like I usually say, block is literally just block. It looks blocky where you don't see it in between. That needs to get changed because that is separate, and we need to remember this constraint setup. And I'd rather have this on the Switch anyway, so that's actually not too bad. So, we have it set up. Chop, 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 pinch salt, Salt Bay, bam, and then back to normal. And that's gonna be it. I don't want to go too complex. I mean, granted, I think it's actually complex as it is. So, we'll see. We'll update the steak. We'll update the plate, the salt. We'll make it look prettier later on. Right now, those are just gonna be our placeholders for right now. Last time I modeled them in like what, 15 minutes, and I didn't take too much time. God dang it! I have double audio, as per usual. Freaking right. Why don't you tell me I have double audio? Well then. Kidding. I'm kidding. I said, why don't you tell me I had double audio? Not now. So, alright. Honestly, we don't have too much animation to do because literally 90% of this is in the wrist and the rest is in the elbow. This is going to be a very, very simple. Let's tween it. We're going to tween the placement. Change. I do this. It's been a while since I've actually used Okay. I think there's a way to do it by rotation only, or selection only, rather than just the entire thing. Not a big deal. We'll just take that. We'll just rotate. We'll move it in an arc formation, as per usual. Get a nice arc going, which I might end up. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll make some. I'll make one locator. Why isn't my locator button? Oh no, it did. Oh, no. That is gonna be a constraint. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a motion trail to show where the tip of the knife is going. That's gonna be our main focal point. Thanks, Lauren. Kidding. Kidding. So we make a locator, we put it at the tip of the knife. That's going to be our main focal point, and usually will be, whenever you're working with something and you're holding something, usually it's going to be the tip and the wrist of the hand. So I'm obviously going to be focusing on the wrist and the hand, but the tip of the knife is what I'm not always focusing on, so it would be good to make visualize and make an editable motion trail. Won't necessarily be editable, but motion trail. So yeah, you need to show motion trails. So there's our motion trail, and it looks very blocky. We need to keep this with a bunch of arcs. It's one of our main principles of animation, so we have to do as the arc commands. And it's also good to know which motion. So we want to keep the tip of the blade close to the beginning, so it's going to create some drag. It's going to create this cool little motion, so we're going to have a nice little arc coming out this. This is what I want. It's going to create cool. Out too. And the head is just gonna move, so arm's gonna stay up there for that motion. Really just gonna come on, bring it to. Yeah, we'll do it so. Why are you being weird? And we're just gonna... I don't know if we're gonna see it too much, but I'm gonna animate it anyway of the hand coming down. Really? You're gonna tell me license invalid? I forget my own stuff. Move the rest over, like I said. So we're going to create another arc, so it's going to be this arc. It's going to drag back this way, straight down.
I want real human moments. I want to see you. I want you to see me. I don't want to.
This is going to create a nice little motion. Arm owl. Slam that. He's gonna quickly chop it. We're gonna go. We might blur a lot of it, so we're gonna add some blurs in there. That would be pretty cool. I am not a huge, not that I'm a huge fan of blurs. I just haven't used those too much. So it's gonna be interesting how we're gonna do some blurs. This one, really close. And get this one really close, but I want the blade to be up. So we're gonna see like bam, 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 bam. Head down, chop, 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 chop. Oh, well, we forgot to time it a bit, so. Well, we can do that now. Not a big deal. I want this to take a little bit of. Why are you messing with me, Maya? We might have a crash on our hands. Ready for it. Might have a crash. Why? It's okay. At least we aren't far into. Dude, why is this thing? What? How is that shirt not me? The beast in me. Apparently you don't understand the beast in me, man. Oh god. Where's my headset? You're a bunch of drama. You're about to see drama. Listen, my Maya crashed already. Way too early within the night. I don't know if you're watching, chat, but we started watching 13 Reasons Why 3. What? Season 4? No, it's 3, isn't it? Oh, you know it is season. Not normally my cup of tea, but this latest season, I'm like 4 episodes in. They're really putting on the horror. Like they made this season like horror, it's like slasher horror. It's freaking great. I don't know about y'all. Maya. That's second crash. First crash of the night. Way to go. Way to go, chat. Crash number 2. Kinda mad, actually. And I think it actually had to do with AnimBot. I think AnimBot actually made it crash. Oh, dang AnimBot. See if it works. save it. And we didn't do too many in between scenes anyway. Plus, we need to mess with the timing anyway, so not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. It's loading. Hold on. Pretty sure. Dude. Could have been the motion trail too. Motion trail usually acts weird. Yeah. Aha! There we go. Ah, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. License invalid. That is a lie. Yeah. Excuse me one moment. Come on. Guess we're gonna download this because it's just. Okay, cool. Anibot's weird. Good. There we go. Why was that so difficult? Update. Huh? Oh, Maya. Open my scene now. Are you kidding me? It's saved over? Don't tell me I just lost that because we might have a major issue. Way to go, Maya. If it did what I think it did, I want to throw myself off a bridge. Oh, why are you doing this to me? It literally just deleted everything? How did it do that? It didn't say save over anything. If anything, I said don't save. This is very nerve-wracking.
Oh, thank
Animbot, I hate you. I hate you, Animbot. For as helpful as you are more annoying. Not now. Close. That was the worst thing that could, like, ever happen. Okay. That was a huge fiasco. Okay, now let's get these things timed out properly. And get these things back to blocking instead of spline. So now we're just going to time these out. Hopefully get some good timing on these. It's going to be a thing. Did I not? Son of a. It's gonna be okay, Eric. It's gonna be. I swear. Animbot is making this slower. And for some reason, it's taking my Control Z over as a hotkey for some reason. And I really don't like that. This is horrendous. It's Hey, what up, T? This is absolutely her. Already having problems, see? It's 33 and 38. With everything selected, and the constraint, we should be good. Dear Lord. Okay. We're just timing everything out. We're doing it by blocking. Pretty sure this will be. I did it in my when I acted it out. It did. Pretty quick. This timing. Set in some more. Do one here. Move the wrist up higher, rotate it lower. We're not going to do motion channels because I think it's something else. Go. Rotating it. Slow. It comes back down from its peak. We're not going to ease in, it's literally going to slam. So we don't have to worry too much about easing in. He's going to have pristine control over it. So, can we get it in there? You might be able to get an animation layer in there. I'm not normally a fan of using animation layers, or I just honestly haven't used it. I don't think now's the time to use it. It's usually about knowing when to use it, and I think now is not the time. For this, I kind of want to, now we have both hands in it. At least get the side to side motion, we'll get the up and down motion later. In between this and this, we can do some up and down. That might be better to do some, you know, we'll wait on that one. We'll wait on the up and down. This one, this, put it in the other hand. So what we're gonna do is add in another breakdown, another red one, another red breakdown at the bottom. But we're gonna copy it from the next one. This is mainly gonna be pretty much right on that. And this one, we'll move it in exactly. And then make it look like he's passing it off. This one, I want to get a nice sweeping motion with the hand. That is what we're going to get. I am the director. Like a nice little curved hand. That's what we want. We're going extra fancy and fun with these poses. It's honestly just a lot of posing. Really cool. It's not it. We'll get that pinky back in there. No, we already got the thumb out. You don't need two of them sticking out. It's gonna be cool to see, see this. I'm excited. Excited. Very excited. This is coming out really smooth. A lot smoother than usual. rotate it. Get a little snap. Yeah, it's too much. Then the S will come down. Then the thing. Oh, yes. Bam! That's gonna be a sick movement. Oh, that's so good. I think that might be too much damage. I think it should be quicker right there. That might actually be fine, but just to play it safe, we're gonna make it quick as possible. And that's gonna be good because it's gonna give getting from here to here a nice, slow, smooth. So from here to the rest of it, which is almost half, which we might want to steal from here. From the chopping, we come on. The chopping would be real quick. In this section. Okay. Stop. Let me save. For the love of God, let me occurrence. And we did it! And we saved. Okay. What a night. Sorry, you're gonna have to witness this, but I'm getting some seeds in there. I need some seeds. Sunflower seeds. I've been craving sunflower seeds for like the last week. Really bad. So there's just another animator. Sorry, it was like stuck in my teeth. There's this other animator who was doing a recent video of 5 bad advice tips for animation. I got a point. I got a point. I really want to make it. And he started off with one, like the one advice that I have gotten, that I have received, that came from a very good source that I didn't agree with. And he hit it with the thing as his first one that he didn't agree with as well. And like I was like, thank God somebody agrees with me. Because I mean, I know almost everybody would agree with me on this one, but this one comes from the Animator Survival Kit by Richard Williams, Animator's Bible. And it starts off with one of the animators, not Walt Disney, or Milt. Was it Milt? Yeah, Milt. I was right. It was Milt Kahn. And he said to never animate with music or anything, like nothing, that classical, nothing, unplug. And I know so many animators that like animating with music and stuff. I personally, the best thing, honestly, for best productivity is something music like this, nothing with words. I've done it with everything. I've animated to TV, music with words, without words, classical music, this type of music, watch TV, anime, movies, all that. And it depends on certain situations of what I'm doing. If I'm doing like line and coloring for 2D, I can watch and do anything while I'm doing that. That's easy work. That one's kind of mindless. You just need to draw over lines. It's kind of easy to do. Not that it is easy, it's just I know what I'm doing. But it's something I don't have to think too much about. Something like this, breaking down a scene, I need something without words. So I can think. Once when it does come up with like an anime or something like that puts it, or a movie that puts lines into the music, that's when I get like distracted. Like, oh, that's from Samurai Champloo. Because they usually have, maybe it's not this list, but there's another one where they do one from Samurai Champloo. I'm just like, oh, it's so good. They use like the right words from like, I think it was like episode 6 when Gene goes to the prostitute and he falls in love with her, sort of thing. Like, such a good scene. And they took it from that. I just recently rewatched Samurai Champloo. It's such a beautiful, such good action, such good story and characters. Like, and they're not typical characters. I mean, like you expect Mugen, the wild and crazy one, never to care about anything, and then he starts caring about all these other small things, and you know, like, oh, he's the one going with the prostitute, but he ends up caring about his friends and all stuff like that. And then there's Gene, who seems like the upstanding person who's like proper, everything has to be perfect sort of thing, and then he'll go off and like drink alcohol and go with a prostitute. Or he'll mindlessly kill somebody, kind of. It's a really neat twist on the characters, and the way that they hate and love each other at the same time is insane. It's such a good and beautiful. It's perfect. It's definitely one of my top 10 favorite anime. Which reminds me, I kind of want to watch Bebop. You want to watch Cowboy Bebop with me? Never watch anything. So you never want to watch anything with me? 13 reasons why you hate me. Ooh, shit, son of ooh. but you know what? I think let's try and spline it, see if we just sometimes I can't always work in block. I gotta see in spline for a little bit to my timing. Here and there I got it. Something I'm working on because I'm working on spline or working blocking more and more. About camera head. Okay. Gotta think about this. Hold on. It's interesting. Obviously, the timing's way messed up. But that's what we're fixing, so not big. We're in between blocking and splining, and with the blocking, I'm working on my timing. I don't even know if we need this whole beginning section, to be honest with you, thinking about it. Could just go straight to like, hey, look down, hey, there's a steak. Yeah, I think I know. What's this? Ah, I Control Z'd. Damn it. Control Z. Okay. I can get rid of this key. Come on. Jesus, help me, please. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is going on? Let's try this real quick. Yes, ma'am. I love you. Hey. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Dad. What's going on? That's actually better? Cool. Okay. Movements are right. Timing's off. A lot. But we're in the right direction. I honestly think the slight up and then the back down is better. So we could hold it. We could do it. We could do something else. We're actually going to try something else. You know, we're going to save this in case we want to come back to this. Because I do like this. This is better. Because originally it was, hey, look, a knife. Now it's going to be, and look down. Instead of that. So we're going to try that instead. I'm just saying to me, hey, Ma, how you doing? How y'all doing? Just enjoying some animation. I fixed so much in like a matter of like the first little bit. Graph editor. Let's see if we can adjust this more. We're gonna try one thing, and instead of the slight up with the head, we're gonna go straight down. Which we probably could just remove this keyframe. Where is my graph editor? All the way. What are you doing, graph editor? What are you doing there? So, oh no, we would have to delete this too. Okay. I see that. Thank you. Thank you for loving and supporting me. Your favorite animator child. Wrong. I'm kidding. There we go. No, does not look if you want, I could spend the time and do it real quick. I could do it. If you really want me to, I could do it. It wouldn't take that long. It's just gonna be something completely different. I'm gonna have to do it eventually. So here's what we do. We're gonna do it. We're gonna. We can't do it because I'm gonna have to move all this over so I can get my tablet right here, and I was saving for that. We can't do it, Ma. I can show you something though. I won't do it now, but I will do it eventually. But I can start something and show you something similar to what I would do at work. Is if I was modeling something. So say I modeled this steak and I wanted to color it. Right now I just put a temporary color on it. Something I would have to do, I have to go to this modeling tab, go to UV, and I have to go to UV editor. And I would have a color of this. This would be like the color of the steak, this would be the 2D color. If you were to cut out the steak and put it on a 2D image so you can get the textures on a 3D image, it would be on this 2D image. So, what you'd have to do is you'd have to cut it using this UV tool. And this is what I have to do at work, and I'm in the middle of doing it. I mean, something I do similar at work. And you pretty much have to cut and sew this, and flatten the UVs on there. It's a little hard to understand right now, but get these, cut there, get these, cut there. That's probably what I would do. Probably keep this the same texture, but cut there. I would not sew it there. I mean, I would not put it there. Sew it there. Cut it. I said. Why aren't you? Could do something different. Have all these faces. I would want a planer. Bam! So now I turned this into a 2D image, and I have to tell it which faces I want to go on a 2D image. So, and that's not all. There's still more I have to do. I have to do it for every side, so I have to do one for here to... Oh, you're not gonna let me do it? Then on this one, though, I can do a cylindrical one, which is actually gonna be pretty cool. Cylindrical. And it's already doing it. Sweet. This one... Oh, that's why. Edge. Cut. Cut. So... Why are you behaving like a heathen? Uncivilized. Sorry, I've been watching, what's that show? The Last Kingdom. You should every time they say like heat, I enjoy it. This is acting really weird. Oh no, I got it. Never mind. Get it. So this one. This is the one we want to cut. Still not gonna do it. Why? Oh, we'll put it in a cylindrical. Hopefully it'll fix itself if we put it in cylindrical. It's a very simple shape. Like once you start getting complex shapes, this becomes much more complicated. That's perfect. So what you do is once you have them all cut up into different shapes that you're able to flatten out, you then do stuff like actually flatten them, and you want to make them respective to others. So the two top, so these two, there's actually two planes here. You have the top steak and the bottom steak, and I want them to be the same, so if you flip it over, it will look exactly the same. And that's good. Sometimes you want to do that so it saves space, so you could fit it in this 1x1 square. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep them like this. And I'm going to... Oh my goodness. What are you doing? What is going on here? have to unfold them? Authorize? Sure. No, that doesn't. There we go! That's all I want! No, I want to keep... Alright, there's a way... It's been a while since I've had a UV, because I'm about to start UVing. Doing other things. And there's more tools I need. That's actually better. That's what I want. This is perfect. I did it. Awesome. But this one... This one can be flipped over. Where is it? Yo, back off. I'm able to flip it over and turn it over and put it back on its side. I'm trying to find that. I'm like missing half of my tools. Like there's another like UV set of there we go. There we go. Did it. Please resize. Please resize. Why can't I resize? I can move you, but I can't resize. Is it with the tool? That's why. It was the tool. The tool sometimes has a snap setting on, and I think these are relative to each other within sizes, so I think I want to keep these all relatively in relation to each other the same. Actually, no, because what I'm going to do, you don't have to. Sometimes, most of the times, you want to keep these relative size to each other, but we're not going to. Because we're going to keep it as a cartoon thing, and the edge is going to be the same, so we're going to make like a little edge around. Oh. There we go. Doing that. So what we want, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to keep... Dude. Why are you on snapping now? Off. So we're gonna make like a little edge of like fat, and then like fat lines in between, and the fat line is gonna go all the way around the edge of the steak, and this edge of it will be the same color, so you don't have to worry about it. So that is why I'm not worrying about the relative size, because we're gonna just color differently down here. So what I would do is I would either take this to one of two places. I would print out this image right here, this little 2D square, bring that into Photoshop, literally color it by hand in Photoshop. Or another thing we could do, we can bring it into another program called Substance Painter, and we could paint it in 3D on there, which would work damn near the same. So honestly, Photoshop is going to be a little bit quicker because you do have to do a few more things in Substance Painter, yet you could do a lot more with Substance Painter than you can in Photoshop. And painting is setting things up in I gotta chop it up. I can't be putting that all on there. This is setting up the meat. That's later. That's later down the road. I'll do another first-person video of him cutting and cooking. That would actually be really cool if I did like a whole like 3D setup. Like, this is how you cut it. This is how you cook it. Should look like this. But I mean, people already do those in real life with real food. So there wouldn't be a point unless there's a video game for it. Could make a cooking video, a first-person cooking video game with VR and have people like throwing stuff. Oh, that would be cool. And you could actually make stuff in between. What up, Travis? I'm just getting some good ideas out there. I was just showing my parents how to UV a steak, which it's now UV'd, but everything else isn't UV'd. Just the steak is. Steak's UV'd. But there is, however, some things that you can do in the industry, and I know about this. You can take everybody's, the characters, the desk, everything, and put them all on one square and color them all at once. There's also another way of doing things. A reason to do that is it's a lot lighter on the engine and whatever's rendering, because it's pulling all from one place instead of 20 different places. But when it's from 20 different places, each thing separately can look a lot better, unless you know what you're doing. There's a lot of ifs and ands because there's different ways you could do things. Like even for UVing, like I could have cut this 20 different ways, even as simple as it is, but most people are going to cut it the way I did it because that's the best way to do it. And even coloring it. So I might do it one at a time because there isn't going to be too much heft in rendering all of this. And I think it'd be cool just to look at one weird rendered steak in Substance Painter. I'll bring up Substance Painter. That's going to be an ending thing once we get closer to the end of this, but that's how you UV things. That's a whole job in itself. Cutting and UVing and texturing goes along with modeling sometimes, but sometimes it's a whole separate job. It's just UVing and texturing. I'm not great at it. I can do it. I can clearly do it. I'm not great at it. It's not my forte. I'd much rather rig or animate. But let's move from here to here. We could play with the up down on this. So, easiest thing to do is have the wrist move from left to right, and then just up and down on a rotate. Ooh, stop here. Hey, thanks, Animbot. You already messed with my animation twice today, which reminds me. As you can see, I already crashed Maya today. But, so from 25 to 38, we're gonna repeat up and down motion. X. It's already down all the way. That's gonna be our bottom. Ooh. That's fine. Slightly off. Good thing we saved. Really? It's just. I think we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. This. Now let's see how 25 to this looks. Probably gonna look like crap. It's not bad. It's still wonky, I'm still working on it, so it's gonna look wonky, but I got all the motions right. Ooh. So we can delete some. That's actually pretty... Speed I'm actually okay with. That's fine. I am not okay with it going too early and too late. We're gonna, yeah. Better. This is a Kingdom Hearts song. Why are we still starting too early? What I'm gonna do? We can actually make that work though. Check this out. So it's gonna come down like this. Send this one out a little bit, up a little wider. I'm gonna break this. Oh, it's not. Something else I need to do though. I need to break these, make these flat. I said flat because I want them to be sharp. And when it goes up, I want it to relax a little bit, and when it gets down, I want it to come back up. So it's gonna look really rough. What we can do is we can also make it slower. I changed my mind about the speed. That's still an easy fix. I mean, the overall time of it is fine, but we can remove one of these. Right. Remove anything else. See that one? Something weird going. We got something weird going. We got something weird going on here. At the bottom. Oh, Maya, 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 Maya. Okay. It's too stiff. That's just too stiff. Aren't even moving on it. There's some cool stuff. Sorry, it's a lot of tedious work right now. Almost got it. Could just do. Might work. Let's test it out. Better. I'm okay with that. So now we got that fixed, we can move to other things. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to work on the speed at the same time. And it's fine that it's not like exactly perfect, because honestly, nothing's perfect, and I'm fine with that. We just gotta play with a lot of the timing. So what I notice, we're gonna add in another breakdown from this hand, and it transfers the knife over. This one. Right there is going to be the switch. Griffith. Perfect. Yep. We got it. Because I'm starting to see like all the blockiness of like where it's like pausing and trying to add in the right motion. A little too snappy. Just a little too snappy. So we're gonna calm that down by probably about 2 frames. What I mean by that is this hand moves. I'm actually okay with it opening. Just to the end. And this one moves too snappy at the end, so we can start it moving 1 to 2 frames earlier. So I'm gonna do something really cool right here. It's gonna make that a lot nicer. I mean, it's okay. Oh, what? Not do the finger bend enough? Hold up. What happened to my finger bend? Oh, that was what was lost. I knew there was one major thing. Here's my editor. I always lose this thing. I need a hotkey to just pull up my graph editor. So right here, this is what we want. What we want. I understand he's in there. I understand what you want from me, dog. Same thing as the tween, almost. So this right here, what I'm doing is I'm delaying it, easing it out from its pose, stretching the hands. So it's going to go from this pose to that pose just quickly there. So it's going to go whoosh. And it's going to look. It adds a cool little rubbery effect. One thing I need to do is I need some time. I need to extend this pose by like 2 frames. Extend everything. I could probably take it from. C7. I think we did it. Might have to hold it a little bit more. Close. We're getting there. We're getting there. Getting there. What we're gonna do, we're gonna save this and we're gonna render out a shot real quick. It's not too bad. Not too much to work up and clean up on, but good. Well, I want to get a play blast. Oh, forgot that play blasting sometimes messes up the stream. It will. It does. Okay, so this is the correct timing right here. It's a little off on what my computer's showing me. So what we do have is we have a pause right here. Too much. That we could speed up a little bit, or we could grab some frames from it and put it elsewhere. That's fine. And right here too. See how the knife is staying in its place? We want to move that. It's like paused and it's like dead. We don't want that. So we could move the hand quicker. Why? When did I save for? I know it's supposed to move slow, but it looks paused, and I didn't double up any frames anywhere. That's fine right now. That's just cleanup work. Just transferring the knife and smoothing it out. That's cleanup work. That's fine. The speed is a little bit too quick there. I wish we had more. Probably add an extra. But you see how it pauses? Like so. Stop right there. Stops the animation. We want to keep it flowing a little bit better. And it stops right there too. Watch it. I mean, we don't want everything constantly moving, but we need it slowed down and pauses and stuff like that. Like we need to tighten up the timing, tighten it up. And that is one spot we have to do. This motion, the motions are nice, but the speed is all off. the only part that we have right is when it comes up here. We get a little pause of like, okay, and then it's just rush. Oh man, I can critique crap out. Like you have a nice pause right there where you see the hand, you register it, but everything else is like rushed. So you're like, oh god, what am I watching? We need to slow that down, smooth it out, and yeah, doing it. I think a lot of it is with the. There might be too much head motion. We could probably smooth that one out a little bit. Yeah. Let's see what's going on with the graph head there. We don't want too much going on. So we have a weird head movement, right? A flick. We don't need the flick. We can honestly just slowly move into it. Move this. Smooth. Nothing too jerky. Honestly, we could probably even put a tween. Smooth. Cool. Let me watch it. The head's gonna be a little bit smoother. Yeah, it's a little smoother. And that honestly, just by adjusting the head, smoothed out a lot of the animation already. It's like that last cut needs to come up better and flow right into the arc. Yeah, so that's actually half the reason why I'm not completely touching it yet, because I do want some sort of hand motion to get into it, and I was thinking about that. It might not be an actual cut though. There might not be one more extra cut. Or I get what you're saying, but yes, it's what I'm thinking. We're thinking the same thing. It is just paused from here to here for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't copy any frames. I did do a tween, but I didn't copy. Honestly, delete that. It might work better. Actually, I think that fixed it. Somehow the frames did get doubled. Well, how'd that happen? Better. I did smooth that out. What I want is I want a few extra frames right there holding that pose. Just 2 frames. We'll do 2 frames. Ace. Yeah, see? I did it. Slight adjustments where you don't need to make too much. I mean, we did set up a lot with the breakdowns and stuff like that. Well, it's really coming together. Like, we just gotta keep whittling down, whittling down. Like, we're already halfway through the month. We're in very good shape for this animation so far. So with this, what I want to do, you know what? I want to lift from the wrist. So, I want to keep... Hold on, I got this. See how that works. Oh, jerked. You know, I'll leave it without completely adjusting it like that. See how it rolls. It slowed it down right, but it didn't have the motion I was thinking it would do. It's the elbow. Honestly, the elbow does so much movement. And I want to pause it on this frame too as well. I want to hold that pose. This one, so you know that it's Salt Bay. Too. What I'm doing here is when I grab this grabs all the controls, and I grab this constraint, so I make sure I have everything that's keyed. And I do everything right. Honestly, I don't need it. All I need is just... It's okay. Goes into snappy. Let's see if we... Just a little... Okay. Should work. Should. It's a little too smooth. And smooth in a different definition. I like to adjust different speeds. still adjusting the timing. We're getting in the very right direction now. It's pretty solid, to be honest with you. A lot of timing here and there, though. And we will continue the timing. Sorry. Just read about the puppies. That's really cool. I can't see what they are though. Hey, thanks, cuz. How long have I been streaming for? No. Quiet, Cortana. Almost 2 hours. We did a lot, honestly. Actually, let's play blast this now. Let's play blast this now. Save it. Save it and play blast it. And see if the timing is still right. I think we're gonna be pretty good though. Like, I feel like 5 seconds is so short, though. It's so short and very long at the same time. I mean, look, we've done like 4 or 5 hours worth of animating in total on 5 seconds. But we can do this. I changed my mind about one thing. The timing of the salt going from there to here. I want to shorten it. I want to make that quick. That doesn't. Might be too quick, but can do. Try this. Try deleting that frame. Fudge. You can click that. Actually, I forgot to do that friggin' elbow. That's gonna look better too. Forgot the movement of the elbow. Just funny because that's the one thing that moves a lot. Ugh. Cool. Wow, that really slowed it down a lot. That wasn't sarcasm, I actually did. Man, I don't even know what to pay attention to. I also noticed something weird with the camera too. The camera's like bobbing. I don't like that. We're gonna smooth that out. We're just gonna do a little slide. Yeah. Might make it better. A lot of this is might. We're testing a lot of things. Only thing is, we got the shoulder coming in right there. We need to fix that. Oh. What I don't like is that like the hand reaches its spot and the elbow reaches at the same time. Best thing we can do is offset it. I feel like it's too soon to start offsetting things, but I have a choice. I'm just gonna offset it just by a little bit. 3 frames should do. It's just hard to say that they reach the point at the same time, but they're connected and one drives the other one, so it's kind of hard, but it's just visually not appealing to do that. Because the hand drives the elbow, not the other way around, in the way on how the rig works. So knowing and understanding that, maybe we could delay it. Maybe delaying it will work a lot better. I think that might work. That's better. Praise the elbow for not getting messed up. Have a little dip right there. Dip, dip, potato chip. Dip, dip, potato chip. Dip, dip, potato chip. Oh man. Battlefield Friends is too fun. Alright, so we played a lot of timing. We'll get another play blast in there. I forgot to save. Alright. Cool. So, I'm still a little iffy about these first couple of frames. Of course. It's full 20 frames. Almost a full second we wasted. Just thinking about the beginning, maybe I want to do it a little bit differently. Maybe I'll move the head a little bit quicker. I think I want to do something differently with that. The other thing I'm thinking about doing that I want to do, pause it, have a pause right there, and sweep into that. I can ease out into this one. So from here, that. I'll pause from here to here, and pause from here to here. I don't mean pause. Like a slight hold to it. So it's like that sort of thing. The beginning movements and timing is better though. It take a lot of work. What's today? It's Wednesday. Thursday. Saturday morning, we'll be back up bright and early. We'll get a lot of sun. Saturday morning. But I've been animating for over 2 hours now. 2 hours. So I think I say this. Meet back up Saturday morning. We'll get a lot more of the sun. We are very close. We're not done, but we're getting a good way there. And I feel way better about this project than any other AnimChallenge that we've ever done before. So that's saying something. Because we've gotten close before too. But this one, really nice. I just need like an extra second. Honestly, I think we take it from the beginning. One more thing. I just want to see the head. I have no idea how much that just moved. know what I'm doing anymore. Goodness. After Effects has messed me up. I have messed up out with the hand speed, but I think it'll be okay. Great. Okay. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it. We'll play by one more time, just see what it's like. I think we fixed a few things here and there. And pretty solid. Pretty solid. I know I say the same things. Looking a lot better than the beginning. I'll tell you what. One more thing. One more thing. I don't think we need this. like we just fixed a lot of things with the camera. I know what to do! think. Close. We're gonna save it. I'm gonna do one more play blast and then I'm tired. Just wanna see how it's breaking things, and fixing things, and breaking things, and breaking things, and breaking things, and breaking things, and fixing and breaking. I like it a lot better now. But thank you for stopping by Pancakes Animation Gaming. We'll be back on. We will animate some more. Yes. Animate we shall. Animate we will. Thanks for stopping by.